Yo, what's good, Dixon? Your boy from Intuitive Designs. Today I'm going to talk about ways to make your clothing brand luxury in the streetwear industry. I'm going to use Palm Angels as the staple example and then show you how they sell that high price tags. Let's go. Quick plug before I begin, guys. I got tons of free assets available to download on my store, just like this textures pack. Just put 0 in the price box before you check out. Link in the description below. In return, please like this video and then subscribe. It really helps me more than you know. Now, what usually comes to mind when you think about luxury? Let's talk about the justifiable stuff first. So, outstanding craftsmanship or good build quality, and then with the use of expensive materials, and then of course the shopping experience. Now, these 4 factors are the material things that you expect when you purchase a high-end product, and that is what allows brands like Palm Angels to charge a lot more expensive than other streetwear brands. But what you don't realize is the ego part of it. You must understand that buying a Palm Angels item is almost equivalent to owning a Rolex. Now, of course, this is subjective, right? You may think otherwise, but it's about financing something that can increase your self-esteem in a way that makes you appear like you belong to an exclusive group of people. Just like a Rolex, it brings this sense of accomplishment because the brand associate themselves as this exclusive brand. So brands like this understand they can charge more for their product just because of how consumers perceive them as luxury and hard to get brand. Which ties to the next factor, which is status and exclusivity. It creates this image to those who possess any product from Palm Angels. For example, if someone sees you wearing a Rolex Submariner, they're gonna think you're wealthy because you can afford expensive items that most people can. That's a no-brainer, right? So at this point, it's about ego, but I would argue that Represent uses the same, if not better, materials for their items at a way cheaper price. Now, of course, Represent is by no means cheap. They're charging $140 or $150 for a shirt, but compared to Palm Angels, there's still a huge gap between them. Although Represent is relatively new and they're currently on the rise and expanding. Given a few years, they will definitely charge a lot more, but that's beside the point. One thing I noticed about luxury streetwear brand is they rely not just on their shirt designs, but the overall aesthetic that it gives off as well. So they do these lifestyle shoots in exotic locations like Caribbean villas or next to a Rolls Royce, stuff like that. They're basically putting themselves on par with the kind of lifestyle that people associate with luxury. Now, once you got the image and the branding all done, you gotta have the elite level of craftsmanship to back up your claim, which means your products have to be high quality, which means you cannot use gilded blanks, slap a logo in college font on them, and then sell them for $90. People are gonna notice and people are gonna call you out. I think the same thing happened to Antisocial Social Club around the early 2000s. There were a lot of backlash happening to the brand back then, even now, honestly. But yeah, it ended with a lawsuit, something like that. Can't think of it at the top of my head, but it was ugly. Now, this doesn't mean you must go cut and sew because that costs a bit for a new brand. You have to do your own research now, like where to source for high quality blanks. You can just Google it, whether it's through Alibaba or through some factory in Portugal with years of experience. If you have the budget to go custom, then make sure you learn some fundamentals at least about fashion design at this point. So stuff like silhouettes, what kind of fabric and stitching to use. Streetwear is more than just graphic tee. There's a deeper philosophy behind it. So yeah, your products have to match up your branding. You gotta be a certain type of creator with very high standard before you're content to sell your creations to other people. Palm Angels gained fame relatively quick as well. The brand was founded in 2015, so less than a decade ago, albeit the founder Francesco Ragazzi used to work for Moncler, so he's probably got some industry experience already. But I think the brand gained notoriety because of rappers They're always mentioning Palm Angels in their songs and then wearing them when they go out to events or stuff like that. So that's a no-brainer, right? But the point is marketing. Gotta understand how that works too, because running a clothing brand is, again, more than just t-shirts. You gotta be able to handle a lot of stuff, at least during the earlier stages. Another thing, guys, I heard this story before, but I forgot which brand did it. But basically the owner of this brand, right, he wants rappers to wear his shirts, but he can't get in touch with them since he's very unknown. But one day he notices that the paparazzis take of these celebrities, they're always surrounded by security guards. So he comes up with the idea of sending these securities with his shirts for free, and then he asks them to wear them when they work, and it works. His brand gained exposure through that. So marketing is important, and even better if you could find a way to do it uniquely. You must understand that it takes time to build a brand. There's no overnight success of any kind that can get you to Palm Angels kind of level. Of course, now going viral on social media helps, but in order to do it on the long run, you're gonna have to learn the basics and then take it one step at a time. That is all for today, guys. Hope you learned something valuable that you can add to your brand. Subscribe and like this video for more content coming your way. See you in the next one.